Hey, welcome. Welcome to my kitchen. My name's Anita Talbot, and this is Mrs. Talbot's kitchen, and I've been doing celebrity chefs with me, guest chefs, the last couple weeks of the summer, and students that are either presently with me or were with me in my class before. I do preschoolers, so we know this one isn't a preschooler beside me, but this is the lovely Gracie.
Hi.
Grace is my very, very first Meadows Montessori student.
Yes.
That's a big deal, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. So a huge deal. So we decided we were going to make chicken cutlets. And there's a reason we're making chicken cutlets, right, Gracie?
Yes.
Why?
Because chicken cutlets were my favorite meal whenever I was little and I was going here, so...
It's still your favorite meal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, maybe McDonald's might trump me, but that's it.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So, anyways, we're going to make it for you. And quick story about Gracie and her chicken cutlets. And Gracie is really the reason I call myself, my branding is Mrs. Talbot's Kitchen. Because Gracie was the one who called, it was Mrs. Talbot's toast, and Mrs. Talbot's chicken cutlets, and Mrs. Talbot's meatballs, and Mrs. Talbot's chicken noodle soup. She used to call it all Mrs. Talbot's stuff.
Yes.
So she's the reason. And it caught on. And to this day, she has things in her home called Mrs. Talbot's whatever. So we're going to do our chicken cutlets. And we're going to start. I have my coating trays out. And we're going to start with some eggs. So Gracie's going to crack some eggs in our coating tray. No pressure, Gracie. We can't have eggshells in our coating trays. Here, do it on the side of the counter and that'll help you. There you go.
Like that?
Yep, just like that. Here, you can pass it to me and I'll put it in the green bin.
Okay.
We're going to do 2. This is so easy. This is not rocket science. What we should let on it is rocket science and say we're super rocket scientists.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're going to add a little tiny bit, a couple tablespoons of dairy. You don't have to. I do. Mine is non-dairy. It's oat dairy. Okay, and we're going to take a whisk, and you got to whisk it together.
Okay.
So you're going to whisk your eggs, kind of beat them, because that's going to be where we, of course, put our chicken. And we have one practice cutlet that's already there. All I do, again, not rocket science, I use Italian breadcrumbs. That's it. That's the secret right there. Now, this isn't my normal brand, but I went to a different store. So this is the one we have, which will be just as good, I know. I'd love to say I do more, grow the bread in my backyard or something, but I don't. So I've already made a batch of gluten-free crumbs. So what you do with those, if you want those, is you get gluten-free breadcrumbs. You add some Italian seasoning. I add some cayenne pepper because I like mine to have a bit of a kick. And a little bit of seasoning salt, and you're good to go. If you want to do gluten-free, we're doing regular ones because that's what Gracie eats. Gracie used to eat the ones from the box, from the frozen box when she first came. And her mom's behind the camera. And so one day I was early on in my Meadows journey. I'll stop this because I don't want Gracie to have to wait. So she can, I'll keep going here. So Gracie, you know what to do.
Yeah.
This is it. That's it. The crumbs are in. We've beat the egg. And she's going to take the tongs, the chef's tongs, the small ones, which work better for children when they're making your dinner, and she's going to dip the chicken. I usually use my close and cut. Whether it's easy to pull out or not, I'll have to see. The close and cut, oh, here it is. Usually, I use my close and cut and have an outlet. If I'm going to do a whole chicken breast and it's easy to get them cut, but I, by mistake, ordered the ones that were already in cutlets. So there was no work for those. So, and here we are, just doing this part. So Gracie would, one day I was like, I'd made all these cutlets. And her and her little friend, Evan, they were the first 2 students. And so they didn't like those kind. They wanted frozen kind. And Gracie used to keep the cutlet in her mouth for a little while. I discovered that she kept the chicken there like after lunch. I wasn't sure what to do about this problem. And she was 2, trying to get her to swallow her chicken. But one day I decided, my husband said to me, you're better than that. You can get them to eat your cutlets. And so that's what I did. I kept trying with the cutlets, eventually, they're like your favorite. We went from like frozen boxes to Mrs. Talbot's chicken cutlets. So it's like the best. Awesome job, Gracie. Oh, am I in your way here? I don't want to get in the way of a great chef. You do that one. I'll get another one going and you can come back behind me. Okay. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to just work on getting our cutlets spread, and then when we come back, we're going to fry them up in the pan. Okay, we're back for the frying the cutlet part, which is more of an adult thing because I'm worried with the oil. But my favorite way to do them, although I do them in my air fryer sometimes, is in my cast iron pans, because I have two of them, a 10 and 12, so I tend to do them both at the same time. It makes for quicker, especially if I'm doing one set of gluten-free and one regulars. So you just add them into your pan, you get your oil nice and hot. Choose what kind of oil you want to use, although olive oil is a bit heavy for this, so I don't use olive oil for it. What do I use? Grapeseed oil usually, that's usually what I do. But, so I get them all in my pan, and you're going to let them go, depending, I don't know, about 4 minutes per side, and I just check them. Because I often, if I'm making them ahead of time, tonight we're going to eat them, so I'm going to make sure they are cooked all the way through. Sometimes if I know I'm going to freeze them and reheat them, I don't worry about that because I often reheat them in the oven. So you can do them at 400 for about 10 minutes if you're going to reheat them later. You get your plate ready with some paper towel to absorb the oil, and you put on a great show, or you have great company like Gracie. And we just wait for them to cook. Okay, so once you start to see it kind of get golden around the edges, that's when I tend to flip. So I had some in there first that were a little more done. This one's ready, and just flip it. That's why, depending on your comfort level, I use the smaller chef tongs, but the other ones that work, which aren't here with me, is my larger, longer chef tongs. I like that for this sort of stuff. I'll often pull them out with a fork or the tongs as well, but you gotta be super careful with forks because the oil will splash on you and it will burn you. So you're just kind of watching them. This is a watch activity. Don't walk away from your stove when you're doing cutlets. So we have finished up our cutlet part with our cast iron. We let them sit on the plate with some paper towel just to drain the oil, but we've decided we're going to make chicken parm with some of them. Now some people like their cutlets plain, so she's only going to have chicken cutlets, but the rest of us want some chicken parm. So simple, super simple. You get a jar of your favorite tomatoes. I like the Mutti, M-U-T-T-I. I like lots of sauce, so I just smother my sauce on. These are my gluten-free ones. I do them on my pan, so I'm using the medium bar and the large bar pan, which are great for this sort of stuff too. Some of the most versatile stoneware for sure. So I'm just gonna do this part, and then I'm gonna let Gracie do the other side while I put the cheese. And again, it's all up to preference and how you wanna do it. You can do that part. You can add, put them on a bun if you want. We're gonna have them with salad tonight, and sometimes I do them with potatoes. Doesn't matter. You do them how you want. So we've got lots of, we're being very saucy. Saucy.
Wow.
Getting our cheese, wow.
Are you being cheesy?
We're being cheesy, yes. Gracie's getting older, so her humor, she's going to start not thinking I'm funny anymore because she's going to be too cool. No. You'll always think I'm funny, won't you, Gracie?
Yeah.
You'll always want to cook with me, right, Gracie?
Yes.
Okay, so beautiful job. I think we could open a restaurant. Maybe we should open an Italian restaurant together. Because we're both... No, we're not both half Italian. Gracie's a quarter, right? You're a quarter Italian? Let me think. Yes. Yes. Your dad is half. Yes. She's a quarter. I'm a half. So we're a 3/4 Italian together. Oh, so our restaurant would be great. 3/4 Italian.
That's a good compliment.
We could call it 3/4 Italian.
Just 3/4 bistro.
I
3/4
feel like it
kitchen.
is coming, and my husband is the pizza guy, so we're good. We are good to go. Watch out, Goodfellas. Okay, we're done. There we go. You're gonna put this here. So what you do is I pop them in the oven at 400. If I like them, if I look and it's not quite as crispy as I want, I throw the broil on, but you watch it because you don't want to burn your cutlets, and it is fantastic. Take them out hot, and they are ready to serve. If you are taking them places with you, like I like to do the cutlet portion first. Don't do this until you get to wherever you're going or whoever you're making them for or whatever you're doing if you're going to a cottage or whatnot. Do that part next. Don't do that ahead of time. But then they're ready to pop in the oven, and there you go. You have chicken parm. It's that simple. Right, Gracie?
Yes.
It is.
Very simple.
So great. So here we are out of the oven. We put it in for 10 minutes at 400. Get your cheese nice and crispy, and you just serve it up. Like I said, you could do chicken parm on a bun. We have a nice tossed salad to go with it. Gracie's gonna eat tons of salad, right, Gracie?
Totally.
Totally. There it is.
Yay.
There's our fabulous dinner, right?
Yes.
Thank you for cooking with me.
My pleasure.
Oh, wow. Fabulous. Thanks. So don't forget chicken parm or chicken cutlets. Give it a try.